Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Novel Reviews. This is episode number 65. Yep, it is 65. Just make sure of that. It is. Alright. I know for a fact I have not posted a video for this particular series in like a month. Well, that's mainly because I didn't have any books to review. That's mainly the whole gist of it. But I do have a book right now. What book is it? It's a book that was announced on... I first heard about this book on comicbook.com. And once this book was announced, I think it was late last year, I think it was, I knew I wanted to get my hands on this book and read it and get a chance to review it. And this book is Star Wars Thrawn Alliances, written by Thrawn's creator, Timothy Zahn. And yes, the cover is not a lie. Thrawn and Darth Vader team up for a mission, which is awesome. Yes. Pretty much the whole gist of this particular story. Now, this takes place in two different time periods. The first one, there is a flashback that takes place during the Clone Wars. From the respective way they describe it, it looks like it takes place between seasons 5 and 6 of the show. Basically, after Ahsoka Tano stopped being Anakin's apprentice. Yeah, because they mentioned his former apprentice. So yeah, it takes place after he left. And it basically, the whole point of this flashback, this was referenced in the previous book of how Thrawn met Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars, and this flashback pretty much explained the mission that they did. Yeah, the mission, which actually also ties into the present day stuff, which I'll get to in a minute. The flashback stuff is that Anakin was in the unknown regions looking for Padme, and of course she also acted as ambassador. And way Thrawn and Anakin Skywalker met here is a bit bizarre. It's like it was complete at random. It's like Thrawn just randomly shows up because Anakin just happened to be there and the missions happen to coincide. So they go to this droid factory. Yes, a droid factory in the unknown regions. They actually shut the place down. They also blow up a mine while they're there as well. Yeah, the blowing the mine thing, that was actually Anakin's idea. All Anakin's idea, and Thrawn does suspect. It's kind of hinted he does know about the relationship between Padme and Anakin. Of course, the fans already know about it. Thrawn does know about it, but he's not going to delve deep into it because it's none of his business. Because he knows that Anakin loves Padme. I mean, he suspects it. Padme doesn't say anything about it, but yeah, he doesn't have a really big problem with it at all. He's probably like one of two people I can think of who actually found out about this marriage prior to Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, the only person I could think of who actually found out about their marriage was actually a one-shot character from Star Wars: The Clone Wars who was no friend of Padme's, and he found out about them being married. Yeah, but as far as I remember, he kept it a secret. Yeah, he kept it a secret, surprisingly. But the flashback itself was really good, and it kind of loosely ties into what happens in present day. They actually sort of set that up that way during the course of flashback. They have it presented in here alongside with the present day stuff. The present day stuff in this book takes place kind of during season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, because the previous book, when it ended just prior to the events of Star Wars Rebels season 3. Excuse me, this book takes place mainly during the events of Season 3. Now, the main story of this book is this. Excuse me. Palpatine has sent Thrawn and Vader to investigate a disturbance in the Force that actually is in the unknown regions. And I gotta say, but for one thing about Timothy Zahn, he actually makes... He actually writes the chemistry between Thrawn and Vader to be very good. It's very interesting how he writes him. And he also points out Thrawn is basically he's obsessed with information. And he loves studying stuff, and gotta praise him for that. And let's see, what else? Yeah, they travel along the hyperspace lines, and they have in the unknown regions, and they have to go to this one particular planet, which they later, when they get to this particular planet, they get to this other one. The way the route goes, they actually find out that the planet has been basically destroyed by the planet is basically almost a wasteland. Thrawn suggests possibly investigate it, but Vader says no, due to one, it's not their job to investigate it, and two, uh, they don't want to keep the Emperor in pain. They do not want to keep the Emperor waiting for information what the disturbance is. And of course, Vader suspects Thrawn is hiding something, and it turns out he kind of is, but it's not very dangerous. No, he actually keeps. He reveals Vader's secret of the Chast ascendancy. That's basically what they call themselves. About a secret about their children being force sensitive, and at one point, in order to have the Chimera, that's Thrawn's ship, navigate to a particular region, he has Vader use the Force to navigate to this particular region. Now, Vader himself points out he has never done this before at all. Usually he's pointed out, though, in this book, he usually has assistance of an astromech droid or a navigation computer. He's never used the Force this way at all, which, that's actually really good. I never suspect, because people suspect Vader is a lot of things, but using the Force to navigate in space, that is quite original for Vader. Good job, Timothy Zahn. That was actually a really good piece of information when it comes to Vader. They also have, at one point, they even have him go and participate in a space battle. Yes, Vader participates in a space battle in his own personal TIE fighter, and it's a prototype, yes. And they also mentioned in the end about set up for possible heavily armored TIE fighters that would basically be used in New Hope forward. Yeah, Vader and Thrawn kind of come up with this basically there, and they mentioned though once they get back to Coruscant, they're both going to basically make their proposal to Palpatine and see if we can try, deviate some Imperial resources to build these special TIE fighters. Brilliant! It's actually really good. Of course, that's toward the end anyways, but I wouldn't mind seeing another book of this because Thrawn is just, the past two books, both first one and this one, it is so good, and it's a very good follow-up to the previous Thrawn novel. It only came out I think which was a couple years ago. Yeah, it hadn't been that very long, but unlike with movies, if only one comes out within 2 years, that's a little bit rushing it. For novels, it's actually not that bad for novels because it gives a little more time. Yep. What rating do I give this book? I give this book a 10 out of 10. It's really, really good of a novel. You gotta love the interaction, the chemistry between both of them in the present and the past. Also, I know I'm kind of spoiling this. It's hinted at that Thrawn may know that Vader is Anakin Skywalker. It's hinted, but it doesn't go anywhere. But I think Thrawn is good to keep. I think Vader knows Thrawn is good at keeping his secrets because, as far as I know, I don't think he ever brought up if Thrawn knew about, if Thrawn ever told anybody about the relationship between Padme and Anakin. So he probably expects, okay, he kept the secret about that relationship. Perhaps he keeps secret about my real identity. He's probably thinking of that. And yeah, and they also mention, oh yeah, Anakin's dead, even though really Vader is Anakin Skywalker's freaking Vader. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I highly recommend it for a Star Wars book. Yeah, it's really, really good. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be a Comic Corner, okay? Until we see you there. Bye.